Damn, I'm good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCrafting. This game, I sat through it, I tried to cast it, and I couldn't finish the game. I was like, oh dear Jesus. You guys have to watch this. It was sent to me by my clanmates. This game is a co-op match, okay? SSN Seawolf and SSN Eurosmy and a random stranger that they were tagged with on the random co-op ladder against 3 insane AIs. So player 4, player 5, and you guessed it, player 6. Your math is so good. I'm so glad you're here. SSN Seawolf and SSN Eurosmy down here, and Star Warrior, who, like I said, we do not know, are crossing the map. They're gonna drop some pylons. Now, you see, player 5 is pulling all his SCVs off the line, and the reason is the sooner you fall behind, the longer you have to catch up. See, it's great. The logic is beautiful. But, okay, so now that he's already fallen behind, he's going to come back to the mineral line. So this is a great opener, guys. Keep in mind that anyone can do this. You don't have to be an expert at StarCraft, so it's a really easy way to open your game. Player 4, see, he doesn't know the advanced tactics that player 5 is using, and no one has told player 6. However, only Terran is capable of a strategy like this, so don't try it as Zerg. Player 6 knows this, so instead he's going to drop a hatchery before his pool in his own base. This is how you spread creep when you are a pro player, or when you have 6 in your name. Usually it has to be one or the other. But Seawolf and Eurosmy both starting their cannons at the bottom of the ramp to defeat these insane AI. Now, I look at an SCV work all day long, and I had to ask when I said, SCV, if you could be any animal, what would you be? And he said, a worker ant. And I said, well, why wouldn't you be something awesome like an eagle? He said, well, an eagle may soar, but they don't get sucked into a jet intake. And player 5, player 4, they are attacking the cannons, and it doesn't seem to work right away. But wait, maybe just maybe it'll work if we have a clusterfuck in the middle of all the cannons. Maybe, no. If at first you don't succeed, just destroy all the evidence that you ever tried. And that's what player 4, player 5, and player 6 are wisely doing. Actually, it looks like player 5 is trying to salvage the situation with a mule. Now, in most situations, mules actually cause your opponent to disconnect from the game. But in this particular situation, what this mule is being used for is a distraction. See, Eurosmy thinks that his cannons are working, but really, the game is already over. The game is just slowly lagging out, and they've already lost. Seawolf's cannon is now making short work of this queen here. And it goes down. Unfortunately, it appears I was wrong about the mule, and that, in fact, this game is not lagging out, it's just wrong. In fact, the Terran is losing, and I'm pretty sure this is a bug. It will be fixed in the next patch, I promise, so don't worry about that. Over here we do see the same thing happening to this Terran, and clearly this is an exploit of the game. Because in most situations, you see, these cannons, they are inferior to SCVs, Marines, Marauders, Ghosts, Medevacs. Most Medevacs can take a cannon one-on-one. Mules are really good for scouting. In fact, they detect cloaked units, which is why he's over here jittering around. I mean, normally you mine minerals, but advanced players like player 4 know that if a DT were to come down here and try to finish off this orbital command that is bravely fighting against the cannons, the DT will be detected by this mule. And in fact, these 3 SCVs, they are struggling to keep player 4 in the game, as he can pull ahead. In fact, I think that's what he's trying to do right now, as Star Warrior's probe valiantly tries to take down the barracks, but the barracks DPS is just too much, and the probe has to run away. Over here, player 5 is just barely hanging on. He has a lot to deal with right now, but his APM is more than enough to handle any situation. Right now, player 5 is sitting at 0 APM, but I mean, remember, APM is everything. Most pros actually only have an APM of about 200 to 300, so 0 is just enough. And we actually see Zealots coming out for Eurosmite and Star Warrior. SSN Seawolf, he's you know, he's holding on, but I think player 6 has this match. These Zealots here, they can't hold on forever, and when this pool dies, it will release units that can actually kill a Stalker. But the Zealots seem to have held on. I don't really know what to say about that. They're going to come over here and kill this hatchery over here, but without this hatchery, player 6 can't win the game. So I think he's pretty boned. I don't really know what else to tell you. But all in all, I think player 4, 5, and 6 played this game quite well. I don't think they made any decisions that I wouldn't have made myself. See, and even Seawolf is doing the same thing. This is how you play the game. However, Seawolf is doing this really late, and I really just don't believe in this play style. You need to do this at the beginning of the game, because as I said, the sooner you fall behind, the more time you have to catch up. So I wouldn't recommend late game pro rushing to anyone, but in this particular case, I think this is okay. This worked. But the issue was that Terran didn't build enough Terran. I mean, because Terran hard counters Protoss, and there were 3 Protoss, so with a little more Terran, they could have won. The problem was there was a Zerg on their team, and I understand the confusion, but you don't do that. I don't understand why they thought that was okay. But anyway, guys, I'm SSN Incarnum. This is a very realistic look at StarCraft, and I hope you enjoyed this. Guys, have a good night.